It's time for the absolutely... I'm on my way! Completely! I'm almost there! Random! Why are there so many stairs? Podcast! Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the absolutely, completely random podcast for Saturday, November 21st, 2020. And I think we're almost done with November, which means 1 month to go. But, however, we're getting close to the holidays. I mean, the big time for the holidays, so... God help us all. Anywho, what do I have to talk about this week? Well, I'm so glad you asked. You know, for those of you that actually asked, or were curious. Believe it or not, the Naruto creator, that's right, Masashi Kishimoto, will now write the Boruto manga. So that means that this is probably going to get a lot better now, and there's going to be less confusion, and maybe, just maybe, the anime won't be so much of a dumpster fire anymore, since they kind of take the story directly from the manga. God, hoping so. There's a certain little weirdness going on in some Japanese schools. There's a no nickname rule that one person believes is a little too extreme. I'll explain. Dragon Ball fans have discovered the perks of joining the Frieza Ginyu Force. Oh, I'm sorry, of Frieza's Ginyu Force. But basically, just call them the washed-up has-beens of the universe, since Vegeta literally went 5 for 5 against their ass and killed them all. So there is technically no more Ginyu Force. I mean, he killed 4 of them in DBZ, and he took out Ginyu in Super, so, yeah. A new smartphone game in Japan has a unique system for leveling up, gaining experience, and other things with points that you get doing something very strange. This is going to be an interesting topic. Nintendo has decided to shut down a Smash tournament over some absurd reasoning. I'll explain. It's actually kind of understandable, but at the same time, yeah. Voice actor Kirby Morrow has passed away at 47, according to Anime News Network. And there's a new Arc the Lad smartphone game slated for a global launch. Last time I played Arc the Lad was back on the PS2 era when I had my PS2. Never even beat either of the games. In fact, I got to the final boss of the first game, and I couldn't beat it. I just kept getting my ass kicked, and leveling up did nothing because I was locked into that point from the save menu, and that was it. I was screwed. Yeah, it's fun. All this in my usual brand of nonchalant humor this week on the absolutely, completely random podcast. But hey, you know the song and dance by now, I'm sure you do. ARHOADS-2012 on eBay for all your oddities, unusual stuff you want to look for, you need. Hey, the holidays are coming. I got some crap that I got to sell because doubt we'll be able to take it with us because the car doesn't have a lot of room if we're going to be living in that. It may not have enough room, but who knows. So yeah, ARHOADS-2012 on eBay, all lowercase, by the way. You can find a lot of weird stuff. I have trading cards, DVDs, anime, some action figures, toys, what have you. One person's trash is another person's treasure, and oh boy, do I have a lot of trash that could be your treasure. So yeah, once again, that's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Don't forget, you can like, comment, and subscribe right here on the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. Ring the notification bell to be alerted when all my videos drop, including but not limited to Andrew Rants, Andrew Reviews, Andrew Discusses, the podcast, the monthly Q&A, and many other videos that may be coming down the pipeline, or may not be coming down the pipeline, however the wind may blow. I don't know which way the wind wants to blow right now. Don't forget, though, on top of that, you can also follow me over on Twitter at Otaku Rhodes, because, hey, I'm on Twitter a lot. I love Twitter. Twitter's fun for me. Twitter's a lot of fun. And there's also an official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. That's right. For those of you that still have Facebook, I'm over there. No, I don't have Instagram. No, I don't have any other social media platform. Believe me, I have thought about it, but I don't. And I don't do Twitch, so I'm not on there. But yeah, either way, come check me out at one of the many places. And above all else, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy the podcast. It's going to be a lot of fun. Alright, so this is the part where I go about how my week went, and this week was actually kind of screwy for me. So, because we're not really doing overnights this year at work, happily, thankfully, we have a really screwed up schedule, so I had to get up really early in the morning. Now, I've been getting up about 2:30 in the morning to work on stuff, to check some things out, do some research and stuff like that. That way I know I have enough time, and I'm trying to maximize what time I have, and I figure I can just kind of like doze off during the day, and while like a video's uploading, or while I'm waiting for something to load, or I'm checking on something, I can catch a quick nap, which is fine, and technically for me it works out kind of well, except for the fact that my neck's been getting kind of stiff. I got to get a little massager to try to help ease that tension in my neck, which I think I should probably look into getting. But anyway, I was doing that this week, but on top of that, so I've been having to get up at 1:30 in the morning so I could be at work by 3. And I'm not going to lie, when I get back home about 9:30-ish in the morning, I'm wiped. Like about 12 o'clock, I'm just like dead on my feet, and I'm mostly sitting down on the floor, and I'm just like dead. And I'm like, oh God, I don't want to do anything anymore. Oh, just let me lay here. And I'm just like too stupid to fall over at that point. But that's been pretty much my goings on this week. I've been continuing my job hunting because I will kind of need to find something a little different. My situation right now that's going on. I don't want to get into it because I've been talking about it almost, I think, every week now at this point. But my situation that's going on. I don't know which way the wind's going to blow. I still have ideas for my channel, but I don't want to say anything that I might end up having to not make because of what's happening vis-a-vis my life. So there is all that. I have no idea which way the wind's going, and that's honestly still scaring me yet. It really is, because we know what has to happen. We know it's eventually gonna have to happen, and there's just no way that even with what I make now, and even getting a second part-time job, that I would be able to basically offset what's going to end up happening. So yeah, not exactly a good way here. You're just kind of screwed 5 ways from Friday. But yeah, so that's mostly been going on with me this week. So I've been worrying about that, doing work, checking some stuff out. I know that somebody out there is going to go that there's been like a lack of videos. I haven't had a chance to record that many. Like I said, till I get home from work, I'm wiped. On a Tuesday morning, I'm mostly playing catch up with everything from a Monday. I haven't even gotten a lot of my videos shared, save for the podcast and a couple rant videos that I think I've been sharing. But I haven't really been sharing a lot of that because I've been trying to catch up on, okay, I need to look this up. I need to do some research on this. I got to check for this. I'm applying left and right for jobs. I'm taking assessment tests to try to improve my chances of getting a job, getting a better job anyway. And all of that's literally taking most of my time. And I am trying, because that's one of the things that I've been doing. I've been watching some YouTube videos, like on a Tuesday morning and early in the morning when I'm up doing some research on time management, to try to get the most out of the day that I can get everything done. So that's sort of becoming my, okay, I'm like taking this virtual-ish class. Somebody put like a whole bunch of videos up on YouTube, and I'm trying to learn how to do time management, and it's not exactly working out that well for me because, I mean, yesterday morning time just kind of like flew by, I felt, because by the time I had to take my break at work, it was already almost 6 o'clock. And I was like, holy shit. And I'm like, damn, it's like 5:34 when I had to clock out for my break. And I'm like, holy hell. I'm like, Jesus, that was fast. And then the morning just kind of like went on like that. Hell, by the time the afternoon came, it was like 2 o'clock. And I was like, oh my God, it's already 2 o'clock. And I'm playing my game on my tablet. So, yeah, that's been like a massive thing going on with me. But, yeah, so there was that. But then yesterday was really fun. I got a sandwich. Because for the last couple of weeks, I've been craving an Italian sandwich. I don't know why. I've been craving this Italian sandwich. I've just like, I really want an Italian sandwich. And I don't know why I wanted one. It was just that weirdest thing. Because, like, I don't eat sandwiches that much. Mostly because lunch meat's expensive as all hell. And we were rationing the bread because my grandfather, when he was still alive, was like, oh, well, he wanted to have 2 slices of bread with his dinner, 1 slice at lunch. And basically, you couldn't eat the end pieces because he wanted those for hot dogs. So it was just, yeah. Thought I knew I felt the sneeze coming on. Sorry about that. I knew I felt that coming on. But anyway, so I didn't really make that many sandwiches, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I was like, no, I'm really hungry for a sandwich. And I'm like, I want to stop off at the convenience store, like 2 miles from my place, or, well, 2 miles from where I live, because I'll be passing on the way home. Like, I'll stop there, I'll get a sandwich. I'll stop there and get a bag of chips quick on the way home, because they didn't have any at the grocery store. And I'm like, I just go for a sandwich. I should see if they got an Italian sandwich there. So I got an Italian sandwich, a large bag of chips, and a gallon of iced tea, which tasted like crap. It's very sad because it's one of my favorite brands of tea, and it really tasted like crap. I actually sent the company a comment about it, an email about it, so I'll hopefully hear back from them. But yeah, I mean, it was just, that was like the only weird thing that happened in my week, besides me getting a little further in SAOIF. I basically just got an Italian sandwich. It was weird. It tasted good, though. I'm not going to lie. It was delicious, but I was just, one of those weird moments, I guess, for me this week. I just needed some break from the unusual, some strange oddity, I guess. But yeah, I liked it. It was good. It tasted good. I enjoyed it. But yeah, so let's get into the podcast. I know that's gone on a little long, but yeah. And don't forget, Q&A video will be recorded this week. I'm shooting to record it Tuesday, I want to say, or Monday night into Tuesday, so that's my goal. I use air quotes here. So don't forget to submit your questions. This will be the last video you can comment on, unless you put it on one of my other ones, because all the questions need to be in by 12 a.m. Eastern Time on Monday, as I want to try to shoot to get this thing uploaded for Thanksgiving. That way it gives everybody something to enjoy on Thanksgiving, since, this year Thanksgiving is going to suck a lot more than it usually does. I'm not a fan of Thanksgiving, so yeah. Alrighty, so the Boruto manga is going to have a new writer at the helm here. And believe it or not, it's the Naruto creator, Masashi, and I know I mispronounced the name in the opening, I apologize. Masashi Kishimoto is now going to be writing the Boruto manga, which, in all honesty, Boruto has been hot garbage. I'm not going to lie, and I said it before, I'll say it 1,000 times. Boruto has been hot garbage. I started rewatching some of it. Actually, I'm starting to get into the new part now, because we have the, in the latest episodes, the Divine Tree is back now in Mark II form, which is not good, because that thing was, that took literally Sasuke and Naruto to destroy in the original series. So Boruto is going into this with him, Konohamaru, Sadara, and Mitsuki, and Orochimaru just showed up last week. So yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. But yeah, so there's going to be a new creative change for the future volumes of the Boruto, the Naruto spinoff. Or you just call it Boruto, the piss poor excuse for a Naruto spinoff. Because, I mean, like I said, I actually did read the first couple chapters. I checked them out online. They weren't bad, but then when you convert what the manga is doing into the anime form, it's total freaking garbage. And I mean, it is just hot, smoldering garbage. You literally have Boruto, who is nothing like his father, which, no shit, I mean, it's his own freaking series. But he is basically one of the most unlikable characters you could ever have for a freaking protagonist. And when it comes to protagonists, I mean, Naruto was a good one, because you felt his pain, especially me, because I grew up when I was in elementary school, and for a good, well, for half of my middle school career, because I was only 2 grades were considered middle school for me, I had no friends. My class hated my guts. They wanted me dead, gone, and expelled. I was hated by so many people. And I could understand where Naruto was coming from with that. And I was like, yeah, this really speaks volumes to me. Of course, by the time Naruto hit the airwaves for me, I had a friend. So that kind of, killed off the motif. But then I still started, feeling the same way for the characters. So all in all, yeah, it's one of the things that I liked about Naruto. Sure, okay, the filler arcs were messed up and screwy, and well, if you read the manga and then you see where the manga ends for the one part and then you see how they had to extend it, you understand why there were filler arcs, so many of them in the first half pre-Shippuden, because they really needed to basically stretch that time out as far as they could, because Shippuden was going to take up right at the, oh look, we're back from this time skip training. So you knew that they had to buy themselves some time. Otherwise, oh yeah, we're back. Now what? Yeah, that was going to be it. So I understand that, and I have no issue with that. But Boruto, though, I'm going to stand by my phrase here when I say this, and I mean this in the utmost sincerity. But when an anime series, a movie, a TV series, or anything else in general goes for the time-traveling mechanic to bolster a story, they have run out of frickin' ideas. That is the point when you know they're out of ideas. Because it's like, oh, here, we're just going to shoehorn time travel into this. Because you had an entire arc in Boruto where him and Sasuke traveled back into the past to take down one of the Otsutsuki, and they needed Jiraiya's help. Jiraiya's dead in the present time, so of course this is going to be happening in the past, and none of it made any damn sense except to shoehorn in all of the old generation, all of the old scenes and that for Boruto to kind of learn, hey look, my father really wasn't as much of a hard ass as I think he is. No shit, Sherlock, but the thing is, he learned that in the Boruto movie, but the events of the movie were basically completely askewed with the series, because I don't know what the hell they were smoking for that. That made no freaking sense to me. The movie was perfect. They could have just copy and pasted that right into the series, and nothing of value would have been lost, in my opinion. But of course, no, it's just whole new system, whole new thing, massively fucked up. I hated it. And now, granted, okay, now it seems to be pulling its head out of its ass, but now that we have the original Naruto creator coming back, thank God, first off, and thank you, Kami, we're actually to the point now where I think the series might have a chance. Now, keep in mind, there has been a lot of stuff that has been glanced over. Fan theories are swimming all over YouTube for, oh, what's Boruto's next power going to be? Oh, Naruto unlocks this new form. Because they're going off of the manga for a lot of this, because the manga's leaps and bounds ahead of where this anime is right now. So, of course, oh, well, Naruto's going to unlock this new mode called Death Mode or something. And you have Boruto's going to unlock his Kawaii, whatever the hell it is, powers. I don't even understand what the hell it is anymore. But the mark on his hand that we saw at the start of the series is going to, give him his powers. And that's the other thing that kind of bugs me with Boruto, is that they showed us what's going to happen. They showed us a glimpse of the future. Now, the question is that a future that we're leading up to, or is that basically a future that could possibly be? And that's my one question. I don't think there's really an answer for that. God knows there probably isn't, but still. But I'm just not a huge... that was a cool moment, I won't lie. But then the more you think about it, it's like, they kind of ruined it in a way. But for the first good chunk of Boruto's anime, it was hot garbage. The manga wasn't that great either. To me, it literally felt like a copy-paste job of Naruto, and a very piss-poor job at that. So, I mean, no offense to the person that was helming the manga. Believe me, I don't blame you for this. This is basically, you were given a task, and you did it to the best of your ability. You can't be faulted for that. It's just the fact that when you're coming off of the story that Shippuden left us on, and then we're going into Boruto, that's where my problem is. So, yeah. So the announcement, though, was announced on the Naruto Boruto Twitter account. According to the Anime News Network, or ANN. I love that. Switching writers had been the plan all along. Kishimoto began his task as writer in the December issue of V Jump, which will be released on November 21st. So basically, it's already out by the time I'm recording this. Yeah. See here. Kodachi, who has been writing the Boruto manga for 4 years, tweeted that he's looking forward to continuing Boruto as a reader. So that's basically, he's not upset that he's not going to be the writer for it anymore, because if the plan was all along, hey, we're going to swap writers, that's fine. Then that basically proves, okay, I literally did this just to buy as much time as I could, and it's understandable. Nobody's going to fault you for it. Like I said, you wrote it to the best of your ability. I mean, it would be like me writing an arc of Bleach. I mean, granted, okay, I know Bleach, but you want me to write an entire arc or 3 for Bleach, I'm going to fuck it up. I'll even be the first one to admit it. I'll royally fuck it up. But, it's to each their own, because I would do it to the best of my ability, but it would be nothing more than a fan fiction. And it would be a fan fiction that I would be in charge of. So that would be the whole thing. But yeah, comparing it to what you had beforehand, yeah, it's not going to be great in the reader's eyes, but in my eyes, it'll be great. But I'll even come out and say, look, it's not going to be the world's greatest, and yeah, I'll accept the fate that eventually I'll get taken away and somebody else will get given the task. So I'm not exactly pissed about that. And like I said, nobody's going to fault you for this in any way, shape, or form, because, I mean, let's face it. When it comes down to this, at the end of the day, like I said, you did it to the best of your ability. If this was the plan from the start, which is what it basically was, then you were just biding time, and you did a very good job of it. You kept the series going for 4 years, and it didn't falter, it didn't crap out, it didn't get canceled, so you did what you set out to do, which is fine. Pat yourself on the back, be happy, that's a great thing. So, yeah, I have no issue with this. In fact, this actually might make both the manga and the anime a lot better. And I'm hoping it helps the anime out a lot more because, like I said, the newer episodes have finally started pulling this out of the flaming dumpster heap that it was, and is actually making it sort of a decent show now to at least, invest a Sunday watching, or invest your time watching, basically. Because you had... prior to this, I mean, the last one I had watched before the time travel escapade was they were trying to get Shikaku across the border. And I'm watching this and I'm like, what in the holiest of hell is going on here? And I just could not put 2 and 2 together on this. I'm like, this isn't making any damn sense. And then I'm watching this and I'm like, this is really idiotic and asinine. It's like you literally have the kids taking on their overpowered opponent, and yet they're still pulling out a victory. And then you had the whole time travel escapade, which was pure bullshit in itself. That was literally just a way for them to shoehorn in the old generation, like I said. And when you're dragging time travel into anything, unless it's built around the series, like Back to the Future was built around time travel, that was the premise of the movie. But if you're dragging time travel into your series, and it's not something that you're purposely using it as a plot device to drive the main plot forward, like with Power Rangers, when Master Vile reversed time to make the Rangers younger so they couldn't hold the power, that made sense in the grand scheme of, look, I'm done dealing with these peons. You 2 idiots have been screwing this up left and right. You tried this before? Fine. Let me do it better. And, he turned back time, and then that's how we got the Alien Rangers to finish out the Mighty Morphin era, because they had to burn up what was left of the Kaku Ranger footage that they had, and they really weren't comfortable just using the costumes. Like, look, let's just burn through this, introduce the Kaku Rangers as the Alien Rangers. Problem solved. Because you still had the Battle Borgs, and you could not figure out a way to rope them in with the Power Rangers having their powers. 6 Rangers, 5 Battleborgs. That doesn't work. So, yeah. But time travel only works with series that have it built around to drive the main plot forward. All this literally was their way of killing off one of the other bad guys that they were dealing with. For how many freaking arcs? He was the one that was trying to take Shikaku. He was the one that was trying to take Naruto. He was the one that was getting his ass whooped left and right by kids. And he still had the upper hand for the longest time. He was a threat to be reckoned with. They couldn't beat him. And it took literally Naruto in the past, Boruto, Jiraiya, and Sasuke to finish his ass off. And it's basically, okay, you had to drag him back into the past to kill him. And that worked out how? Oh, and don't worry, we're never going to be doing time travel again because Boruto set the little time-traveling turtle free. So, yeah, none of it makes any fucking sense to me. I'm sorry, not a goddamn piece of it. And sure, okay, they led up to it with, oh, well, there was an artifact that led to the time travel thing, and Boruto wanted to meet Jiraiya, but Jiraiya is dead, and Boruto is having issues with, well, Dad was never this way when he was my age, blah, 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 I guarantee you, oh, blah, 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 that I'm nothing like my father, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's the same bullshit, different day. So, that was one of the last things that I had watched. Then I took a break from it, and I just came back in. Boruto had to train to improve his Rasengan because he got his ass whooped. Him and Sadara both got their asses whooped. Mitsuki was left almost near death. And yeah, that was literally where I came in. And I'm like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. And now we got the tree. Now we got the Divine Tree back again, and all this other bullshit's happening. So yeah, now it's actually starting to get a little better. Now let's hope we can keep this up, and with the original creator back, that should help. So hopefully we'll be seeing more of a better Boruto in the future, but who knows? I mean, it may still suck. It may be good. I don't know. You don't know. Who the hell knows? But maybe, hopefully, it'll improve. I'm hoping. I really am. Alright, so let's think about something logically here for a moment, if we will. Sit down. Let's, chew the fat on this. So when you were in school, there's a good chance you probably had a nickname, and you might not have enjoyed it at first, or it may have been one that you picked yourself and everybody went with it. I mean, you could have picked something really cool, and they could have been like, your classmates could have been like, oh yeah, that suits you to a T, or you could have picked something really lousy and been regretting your decision, every single second afterwards. I don't know. You don't know. Who the hell knows? But over in Japan, apparently, they have a no nickname rule, which Shokotan thinks is too extreme. And I'm honestly going to agree and disagree on this at the same time, because when I was in school, I was picked on left and right. I will not deny that. Never will I deny that. Because, honestly, it's part of the haunted house in my head that I can never board up. No matter how hard I try, the boards keep coming off, and everything keeps coming back out to play. It's like a bad horror movie, only no matter how many times you try to seal it away, it keeps coming back. It's like that song, The Cat Came Back the Very Next Day. Yeah, well, the house keeps unsealing itself the very next moment. So, yeah, it's never good. But anywho, I'm going to basically say this here. So, Shoko Nakagawa, my apologies, the presenter of Pokemon Sunday and singer of the Gurren Lagann theme song, often goes by her nickname Shokotan. This got her talking on the Japanese show Guto Luck about a new policy in many Japanese elementary schools where nicknames are forbidden. Well, and that's my whole thing, because you figure there are nicknames people will call everybody. I mean, it could just be a simple one like, the abbreviation of your name. Like, somebody's named Jessica, you'll call them Jess. Or somebody that's named, Michael, you'll call him Mike. that's technically considered a nickname. So you'd be saying that that's wrong. But then again, remember, cultural differences, there's a difference of the world. So yeah, I mean, we're separated by a whole freaking ocean for a reason. The idea behind this policy is that it's supposed to curb back kids from calling one another mean names. Okay, so you're taking away nicknames to basically prevent people from calling each other mean names when they can just call them that anyway and it'll just stick. Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. Wow! Wow, you must have been really feeling full of yourself on that one. Gotta appreciate that. Shoko-tan talked about her own experiences with being bullied and with a cruel nickname at school. Her nickname came about because she was nervous and often vomited at school. I've actually seen that happen, believe it or not. First couple years in elementary school, I've actually seen that happen. In school, you have to be in the same space with those bullies, she said. There's no escape. In the end, I stopped going to school towards the last half of my school years. The nickname just broke my heart. I've seen that happen too, sadly. I mean, that's why my main thing with schools is that they are literally 6-hour prisons. They are prisons, in my personal opinion. Because when you had started doing the virtual learning with the pandemic here in the States, I was like, beautiful. They're free of the prison. Okay, granted, it's basically like house arrest, but then again, you don't have to be sent off to a place where you have to ask for permission to take a pee. Teacher, may I use the bathroom? Yeah, you have to do that. Then they get pissed off because you're interrupting class just to ask to go take a piss. Or to get a drink of water. Wonderful. But as she pointed out, though, if nicknames had been banned altogether, she wouldn't have gotten her nickname, Shoko-tan, which is a nickname she likes. And that's the thing. There are nicknames that are good, and there are nicknames that are bad. Hell, a perfect example of this I could even throw out here from the anime My Hero Academia. Bakugo kept calling Midoriya Deku all the time. So when Midoriya had to pick his hero name, he chose Deku. That became his hero name. Because he's like, this is going to be my hero name, because there's a different meaning for this, and that's the meaning that I'm making my hero name. So he literally calls himself Deku because Bakugo kept calling him Deku all the time. But Bakugo was insulting him, but at the same time, he basically took it as, this is, I'm going to use this as my hero name because I'm going to show you that my Deku is different from what you think Deku is to me. So it's, yeah. But she was quoted as saying, though, I'm actually opposed to the no nickname policy in schools, she said. I think it's just too extreme. I'm appreciative of my current nickname, Shoko-tan. This allowed me to get to know many people, even kids are friendly towards me, calling me Shoko-tan, and sometimes encouraging me by saying things like, good luck. I'm tired of saying her name because I'm mispronouncing it. I know it. Yes, good luck. Yeah. I don't think the problem here is the nickname itself, but the ill intentions of the people using it and the circumstances in which the nickname is given. A nickname by itself does not equal bullying, which is true. So I said, I agree to disagree on this one. I will agree that this is too extreme. Will I agree that all nicknames are good? No, there are nicknames out there that are bad. You shouldn't call somebody and nickname them Stinky or, something horrible. That's where okay, look, I disagree that all nicknames are good, but at the same time, I agree that this is going one step too far. I mean, you want people to show some individuality. Okay, you're just going to call them by their actual name. There's an abbreviation. Call them that. If it makes it easier for them to remember the person's name, go for it. I mean, they're not insulting them. Some might be, but you can't please everyone. And that's the main goal in this, I guess, is so that they want to make it so that nobody can be bullied, nobody can be teased. But here's the problem. You will always have somebody, no matter what you do, no matter what you try, that will find a way to bully you, regardless. There's nothing you can do to offset this. It's going to happen. It always will. But still, do I think this is a little extreme? Yeah. Oh, definitely. Should it be one of those, look, try to find meaning in it? Yeah. Use it as a learning tool to show kids, look, you might think this is horrible, but it's only words. They can't hurt you if you don't let them. They're only as powerful as you let them be. I mean, if somebody would come up to me and call me a douchebag, all right, fine. It only hurts me if I let it hurt me. It's not going to hurt me if I don't let it hurt me. That's the same thing for a nickname. Your nickname could, stick with you for a while, but here's the thing. If you don't let it bother you, they have no power. It's bullying. The main way to beat a bully is to basically not, fall into their trap. Don't let them get to you. The minute that they know that they've gotten a hold of you, that they've, got your attention, that them teasing and making fun of you gets your goat, they know. Just right then and there. They got you. And that's their power. The minute you show them, look, do whatever you want to me, it's not going to change the fact that I'm not going to be pissed off. I'm not going to be angry with you. I'm not going to get mad. The minute they realize that them teasing you will do nothing, that's it. They're done. They have no power anymore. Once you show them that no matter what they do, you will still stand tall, that's it. They have no power. That's the whole how bullying is taken down. Once you show them that their words have no effect on you, that's it. Nothing can harm you anymore. And that's the whole thing. But of course, you're always going to have people that are going to go, no, that can't be accurate, blah, blah, that's not true either. But that's the main beef of it, especially with nicknames. If you don't let the nickname bother you, they have no power. The bullies will have no power. And that's the whole thing. I mean, I can understand how it would get a little annoying. I can understand how it would be bad. But at the same time, you have to realize that, sure, okay, it's annoying. I'm not going to lie. It's annoying to have a nickname that you don't like. But at the same time, it's only as powerful as you let it be. If you show that it bothers you, they're going to keep doing it. Because in their mind, that's what's bugging you. They're feeling bigger because they're making you smaller. But if you show them, look, say it to me 1,000 times, I'm not going to respond, I'm not going to get angry, they lose it. Because now they don't have that power over you anymore. They don't have the ability to stand there and gloat and go, ha ha ha, insert, insulting nickname here, what's their pants or something. Nothing. It's like Mr. Miyagi said in the second Karate Kid movie. A lie only becomes truth when you believe it. And that's the whole truth. Because if the nickname doesn't bother you, and you don't respond to it, they have no power. If it's insulting, they have no power. But if it's a nickname that you like, go for it. There are a lot of people that were given nicknames in school that have gone on to lead very successful careers. Hell, some of them are even doing like video games and YouTube channels that are literally using that nickname as their handle. Because that's what they're most remembered for. That's their nickname. That's their persona. And they're just taking that nickname and giving it a form. There's positive ways to spin nicknames, but banning them outright is wrong. That I'm going to agree with. Are all nicknames good? No. That's where I'm disagreeing. So that's my entire thing. But like I said, you have to realize what we consider insulting over here, across the ocean that separates us from Japan, the cultural differences does make a big difference because what we consider insulting here may not be insulting there. See, like I said, that's why there's this big divide, because that separates one side's beliefs from the other side's beliefs. One thing that might bother one person might not bother somebody over there, and vice versa. That's what the water does. The water separates and changes as it goes. See, I wasn't being insulting, I was actually being honest. Okay, so if you've ever seen Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, you should know this name. These 5 fighters were considered the most powerful menace in the universe under Frieza's thumb. They were basically the most dangerous thing in the world. They were, of course, the Ginyu Force. And who's the Ginyu Force, you ask? Well, they made Vegeta wet his pants on Namek. When you say their name, they basically scare the ever-loving crap out of you. And of course, if it wouldn't have been for the fact that Krillin and Gohan and Vegeta were royally screwing things up for Frieza on Namek, Yardrat would have been destroyed, because that's where the Ginyu Force was headed. Yay! So, of course, the Ginyu Force has its place in history. But did you ever know that there were some perks of joining the Ginyu Force? Apparently there is, actually. I can't believe there actually is, though. So, but have you ever wondered why someone would choose to be on the side of evil? Like, say, Frieza's Ginyu Force. Well, besides the fact that evil sometimes does have the better stuff. I mean, hell, look at Power Rangers, for God's sake. Rita Repulsa basically had monsters. A lot of the villains have a lot of better stuff, but of course the heroes have to win in the end. Though I do like it occasionally when the villains win in an episode, and of course, you know, they're going to have to lose in the end, but still, it's nice when the heroes don't win all the time and the villains get a chance to win. It does make it nice. Well, it turns out there's more than just world domination, as Twitter user @insect_705 discovered while playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Joining Frieza's army comes with its very own benefits. Of course, now this is like in-game, though, so you have to remember that. So here's this pitch straight from the Ginyu Force PR firm. It's going to be fun. The Ginyu Force also comes with a maternity and child care allowance. Make sure you tell them when you're about to have a kid. Oh, goody! Oh, wow. Benefits are close. I love this. Benefits are tough to come by, especially for those struggling to find a well-paying and secure full-time job. If presented with this opportunity, who could possibly turn down a position in the Ginyu Force? I could. If Frieza isn't a generous boss, he also, or isn't just a generous boss. Oh, that's bullshit. He also made the list of Japanese fans' favorite Dragon Ball movies, according to an online poll conducted in 2018. No wonder he just can't stay away from the series. Yeah, Frieza was in Resurrection of F, and in that Fusion Reborn, he made an appearance because Gohan whooped his ass in like 3 seconds. So, yeah, that works. But, okay, so you join the Ginyu Force. Besides the fact that there's only 5 freaking members of the Ginyu Force, for starters, you had Captain Ginyu, which that even really is... can't even talk. That really wasn't even his real body, because he can change bodies. So, the ongoing discussion, I think, with fans is that Ginyu stole that body from somebody else, and that was, like, the strongest body that existed aside from Frieza, which... Basically, why didn't he just steal Frieza's body and blow his old body away? I don't know. I mean, there's a fan comic out there that shows that he did that, but still, it brings a lot of questions to the table that I really don't think were answered. Ever. But I do appreciate that fan-made comic, that fan-made manga series that you can actually pull it up on YouTube. It's actually pretty good. Where Ginyu did that. He took over King Cold's body Because then there was this massive tournament then dragging every single like dimension and universes, like a massive universe tournament. And that form of King Cold took over Vegeta's daughter's body, and that was basically it. Took over what was it? Bra's body? Yeah, took over Bra's body, and that was it. So yeah. Oh yeah, that was fun. Fun diddly-un. But still. But there's only like 5 members of the Ginyu Force. And it's all guys, as far as I can tell. I mean, unless Birder or Goldo there is, packing light, I'm pretty sure they're all guys. So, yeah. Okay. And plus, I mean, because I'm assuming Birder's like a reptile in a way, and Goldo, I'm assuming, is like a chameleon. So, that could still work either way. But, okay, so you have 5, count them, 5 members of the Ginyu Force. There's benefits to joining them. Oh, yeah, you get to wear spiffy armor. Oh, 3 of which are white-colored and 2 of which are black-colored. And the 2 dark-colored ones, basically... it looks black to me. I think it's actually supposed to be like a dark blue. Like a dark bluish, like really dark blue on the scale. But my color blindness, to me, it looks black, so I don't really care. But I'm assuming that's supposed to signify that they're the most powerful. So Captain Ginyu's in charge and Birder's second in command. And then you have Rikum, Jace, and Goldo, who wear the white armor color, which basically means that they're lower ranked. Okay, that's fine. They still got their asses whooped either way. Goldo was taken out by Vegeta very easily. Rikum got taken down by Goku, finished off by Vegeta. Birder, taken down by Goku, finished off by Vegeta. Vegeta recovers by taking a nap, takes out Chase like it's nothing. Jace was just done. He was 4 for 5 on Namek. When Goku got his body back and chucked the frog to intercept Ginyu's change beam, which caused Ginyu to become a frog and the frog to become Ginyu, which I still actually wonder about that, because you figure, okay, so with Ginyu basically becoming the frog, that means Ginyu's body ran off into the water and drowned. Because as far as I could tell, his body did not have gills. It did not have a way to breathe underwater, so of course that means the body drowned. So then, because you brought back everybody that was killed on the planet Namek back to life and transported them to Earth, Ginyu Frog, the little frog, not the Ginyu's body, was sent back to Earth. The problem, though, is, would, the dragon have considered Ginyu's old body a result of Frieza, killing people on Namek? Because had Frieza not gone to Namek, Ginyu's body would have never gotten there. In the first place, it would have went to Yardrat, where they would have been taking out the Yardratians. So, of course, that kind of makes you wonder about, so was Ginyu's body sent back, brought back to life, teleported to Earth, where it jumped into another body of water and drowned again? We don't know. Of course, we know what happened to the Ginyu Frog if you watch Dragon Ball Super. It appeared back when Frieza came to the planet after he was revived. And, of course, Vegeta went 5 for 5 then, taking out the last and final member of the Ginyu Force, Captain Ginyu himself. Who seriously, at this point, should have just taken over Frieza's body and been done with it. I mean, seriously. Okay, granted then that would have really screwed up the timeline and skewed a lot of other shit for the future, but still, that would have been an interesting subplot in Super, I think. But nonetheless, all 5 members of the Ginyu Force are dead, so the Ginyu Force doesn't technically exist anymore. Who freaking cares? At that point, then, who cares? But for me, there's perks to joining the Ginyu Force. Oh, yeah! You're smothered with, people adoring you from all over the galaxies that Frieza rules with an iron fist. They love the Ginyu Force. What are they, Frieza's secret police? Basically. Oh, well, there's maternity leave? Oh, great, sure. Let them know when you're going to have a kid. Oh, okay. Again, I'm more concerned about why. I mean, this is a group of people that kill for a living. Sure, okay, we'll go with that. The mere mention of their name used to ring echoes of fear throughout the galaxy. Now they're just a laughing stock, and there's perks to joining these people. Really? I don't see any perks to joining the Ginyu Force other than, oh look, I get to be part of some strange, posing session. Yeah, no, that's where I would draw the frickin' line. You need to strike a pose in order to join the Ginyu Force. Yeah, I don't think so. I've seen how some of them do their poses. I am not doing that. Hell, Ginyu literally bends over, moons you, pokes his head out from between his legs, and goes, Ginyu! Yeah, no. You're feared throughout the galaxy? No. I don't buy a word of it. You're feared? My ass. My ass you're feared throughout the galaxy. I don't even fear you. I feel pity for you, but I don't fear you. Not in the least. You're a joke. A laughing stock at best. But yeah, no. No, you're a joke. A massive freaking joke. But there's perks to joining the Ginyu Force? I guess so, but there is no Ginyu Force anymore, so at least not in this dimension. Maybe in another universe there is, but not here. The Ginyu Force is gone. Good riddance, goodbye, and on to the next topic, I guess. That's all I got to say for this one. Alrighty, before I get into this topic, I just want to say the following phrase here. Please do not eat or drink anything until this topic is concluded. The reason I'm saying this is because I don't want to be blamed for anybody accidentally choking to death or snorting their drink through their nose. You've been warned. Thank you. Alright, so smart devices have basically taken over our entire lives. You have smartwatches, smart shoes, smart underwear. Hell, I guarantee you somewhere out there is a smart thong that is just waiting to be worn by somebody and tell them how wonderful they are. We probably have smart perfume with small nanites in it that will basically tell us how warm our body is, and it'll beam the information directly to our phone. Or even better yet, there's a smart bed that will gently cradle us as we sleep, rocking us to sleep as it sings us a lullaby. Actually, that does sound nice. But anyway, smart technology is basically doing everything. So, why is it then that nothing can surprise me? Now, before I get into this, I thought my Sailor Moon condom topic that I had was the most funniest thing I had ever seen. I still stand by that. The condom packet's freaking winking at me, telling me to promote safe sex, and it's Sailor Moon winking at me like, you can do this. No, that would turn me off, basically. This topic, however, is a very close second. I'm not even going to lie. This is a close second. So, how would you like to play a smartphone game where you can earn points just for taking a shit? I actually mean that. You can literally earn points for taking a poop. Now, for those of you out there that are freaking out going, what the hell? Hold on. Let me explain. So Japan outdoes itself again. The latest Japanese invention to leave us gasping is a smartphone app that combines gaming with digestive health. The app is called Unkoli, which combines unko, a Japanese word that translates to poop, with collection. So obviously we've all become Lisa from the Loud House over there. Okay, here we go. So this is basically how it works. You do your business. You basically go into the bathroom, you take something with you. Like, most people will take like a newspaper, a book, a video game, like a handheld game or something. They'll drag that in there with them. And you go in there, and you basically take the Browns to the Super Bowl. There you go. A place that they haven't been to in ages. Oh, yeah, I'm horrible. I was sorry, that was bad. Yes, you do your business, then open up the app, and you choose the color and shape that best describes your creation. Based upon the Bristol Stool Scale. I'm not making any of this up, by the way. This is honest to God in this. I love this. The app informs you how healthy your guts are. You can then use the power of microbes to fight baddies in RPG-style action. The game, which is subtitled A colon Bactilius as Healthy Life in English, bills itself as an anthropomorphic gut flora game and features lots of cute characters to help you battle and improve your digestive health. The game created as a way for doctors specializing in stool to get their message out to folks in a fun, informative way. It's currently out, though the number of users is limited while the team builds out and tests it. So, yeah, okay. And they have a picture here of what it looks like. So basically, you can choose the color that best describes how it looks. And then they have different shapes that best describes that. And then you can basically use those points, the way that this is saying, it'll give you points. You can use those to purchase characters, I'm assuming probably level them up in a way, and then take on baddies in an RPG-style game. So now, when you're in the bathroom, and, your mom's banging on the door, grandma's banging on the door, anybody's banging on the damn door, and they think you're in there spanking it, or they think you're in there, making yourself feel good and not in the, oh, I'm just cleansing my colon kind of way. Now, you basically can go, no, I'm in here leveling up. I need to earn some points for my RPG characters. I mean, what's next? All of a sudden, it's like, man, I really got to get like 150 points to earn this character. I can get that if I have this color crap with this shape. How am I going to do this? I know. I'll just eat this certain food for a couple weeks. That'll work. Also, I can get this one super rare character in my game for my phone. All because I want to have a healthy colon and because I want to beat this boss that I've been getting my ass whipped on for the last 6 freaking weeks. It sucks when I go into the bathroom and I try getting some new points and I don't get enough to get this character. I don't have enough time to wait around with my greenish looking crap that looks like something that popped out of the dog's ass in the backyard. No, I don't have time for this. And I'm not making this up. This is by far the stupidest thing I have ever seen coming out of Japan. Like I said, I thought the Sailor Moon condom was good. Okay, I honestly I thought the Sailor Moon condom was the best thing in the world that I could ever laugh at. This by far takes the cake. I mean, I can just see this now. 200 points, probably, and you can unlock this character. Could you just imagine the wonderful time kids and people will have talking about this with their friends? Well, yeah, I've been playing this new RPG game on my phone. You know what's really great about it? I can figure out and get points just by the color of my crap and its shape in the toilet bowl after I have a beefy burrito. Or better yet, I had a lot of weird food the last couple of months, and man, I just didn't feel good. Played this new game while I'm sitting on the toilet, dropping it like, pinching a loaf off here, and oh man, whew. Besides the fact that it blew up my bathroom, man, my toilet reeked for weeks. I got 5,000 points. I was able to get myself this ultra rare character for my game. This thing is cool. I can one-hit KO anything now. There is no, could you imagine a PR department trying to put a positive spin on this? Well, your digestive health is important to us. Play this game and earn points while taking a shit. You too can have this wonderful game. All you have to do is download it. We have limited numbers of them. And then basically tell us the color, which works really well for somebody that's colorblind, and the shape. And then we'll tell you how healthy you are. But hey, as a consolation prize, you'll get points that you can use to get RPG-style action done in the good old RPG-style game. So, I mean, that's going to give a whole new meaning to, well, Timmy's been in the bathroom for the last 4 hours. I wonder what he's doing in there. Man, I keep leveling up my characters left and right now. Man, this new poop app RPG's the best. I mean, this has got to be by far the stupidest thing that's ever come out of Japan. But my God. And then on here, there's a screenshot. And the screenshot at the bottom of it has what appears to be, I'm assuming, an angel. I'm guessing this is the toilet bowl angel. This is the thing that must be on all the cleaning supplies that makes sure that your toilet bowl is nice and clean. Or this is the digestive health fairy. I don't know which. But it's just there smiling like, you know, you're playing this weird app, and I'm here because they wanted somebody to really make sure that you are okay and taking care of yourself to give you a consolation prize. The look on her face is priceless. It seriously looks like she's like, I am not comfortable with this. I did not sign up for this. This is not what I agreed to be a part of. I mean, this is hilarious. This is, honest to God, this is funny as hell. I mean, for years, you had parents that were constantly terrified because their kids were in the bathroom. They figured they're spanking it in the bathroom. Now, all of a sudden, they're going to be in there RPGing themselves, gaining EXP while taking a CRAP. That's just perfect. Never again will going to the bathroom be the same. Now we can have smart toilets and, oh, while you're at it, a poop app RPG. It's perfect. Just fun-filled enjoyment for all around. If you're a gamer, now you can game everywhere. Public urinals, public toilets, you're in charge. All you need to do is open up this app, tell us what color and shape it is, and you'll get points. Wow! I thought that bathroom that I saw a video of, I think it was on YouTube or Twitter, that I saw this like bathroom video where it's supposedly like a glass bathroom that when you go in, there's like a little switch and it kind of makes it like, it turns it into a silhouette, and they can see a silhouette of you doing your business. I thought that was the weirdest thing I had ever seen. And that was apparently over in Japan. I thought that was creepy as fuck. No, this takes the cake as the most disturbed smartphone app in history. What's next? Are you gonna have me count calories by using an RPG game? Oh wait, no, I got it. I had a bag of potato chips today. Oh, well, you're gonna lose 2,000 HP for every bag of potato chips you had. Oh, great. How big was the bag? 12 ounces. Oh, you're gonna lose a lot of HP. It'll be a 24-hour loss. But then if you'd eat carrots, all of a sudden it would be like, well, you ate extremely healthy. You're gonna gain some buffs. Unlimited health, HP regeneration, you're good. I get a freaking kick out of this. And what bothers me, I think, about this is that, okay, you're going to have somebody that's going to try to make their crap a different color. Because, now I'm going to go off the colors that are here. You have puke green, brown or tan, dark red or dark brownish to me, solid dark, a dark brown, and then what looks like a brighter red. And then white. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure I have never sat down in the toilet, plopped the load, and it looked completely solid white. I think that's the part where I would be terrified out of my mind. I'd be calling 911. Something would be wrong with me. I would need medical assistance immediately. Something would be... I have never heard of white crap in a toilet bowl. And it does look white. Unless it's supposed to be blue, in which case that's even worse. I don't think that's a good thing. And then they got different shapes. And one of them is a banana shape. I'm not even joking. I'm literally looking right at this. So don't think I'm acting creepy or anything. I am literally looking right at this. And anybody out there from YouTube listening to this, the link's in the description. You can view it for yourself. I am literally describing what is in here to the best of my ability. And I'm not talking about everything. But oh my god, they have like different shapes. But the one that's selected and highlighted looks like a banana. Again, I'm pretty sure I have never had that either. That again would be an immediate contacting of 911 emergency. God, I need a doctor now. I mean, it's just seriously. I have never heard of something so asinine in my life. It's a smartphone poop app. It'll tell you how healthy your intestines and your guts are while giving you points to use in an RPG-style game where you can then gain characters, I'm assuming, possibly level up items, and you're going to take on baddies in a colon-style game. It's basically a colon collector, or poop collection. So, okay, I'm now a poop collector. Please tell me that your slogan isn't gotta shit 'em all, because I know somebody out there is probably thinking it. Like, okay, when's he gonna make the Pokemon reference? Okay, there it is. Oh my god, I couldn't. I don't think I could keep a straight face with this. And you figure it now. Just imagine if they would integrate trading into this. Oh my god, that would be interesting. Wow, you got the ultra rare character. Wow, that's like 50 million points to unlock. You must be healthy. Wow. This will get right up there on the top 100 apps that gamers are just going to want to play the crap out of. No pun intended. I'm sorry, I just can't. This is the stupidest app I have ever heard of. I have heard some really doozies lately, too. I mean, I know of smart shoes. I'm assuming smart underwear is going to be next. Smart beds. Oh my god. I'm waiting for smart everything, but a smart toilet, smart sink, smart fridge, smart stove, smart microwave, smart TV. We already kind of have that. Smart computer. That'd be an oxymoron in a way. But I'm literally waiting for the smart, something or other. But this takes the freaking cake right here. I mean, holy crap. I mean, what? Oh, God. Oh, God. This is hilarious as all hell. I was looking forward to this topic all week. When I saw it, I was like, nope, this is a topic. This is so a topic. This is a topic. This is a freaking topic. Oh, man, this was worth it. It's a smartphone app that allows you to gain points while pooping. Just because you didn't think Japan was weird enough as it was with some of their stuff, this definitely takes it just a little further towards burying the needle in strange. Yep, definitely. Like I said, the Sailor Moon condom's still number one, but this is a damn close second now. Oh, man. I only think this is like a close second is because the Sailor Moon condom was winking at me. This is just making me feel wrong inside. And in a whole different way, too. Oh, God, this was good. Alright, so Nintendo has got their head firmly planted up their hamster hole again. But this time, okay, they're doing it in their mind for a good reason. However, outside of it, no. I think they actually might be in the wrong here, but they're doing it nonetheless. So they've shut down a Smash tournament over some absurd bullshit, according to a Kotaku article, which is actually kind of interesting. So, this year's installment of the Big House, one of the most important tournaments in the Super Smash Bros. Community, has been shut down by Nintendo over its use of a fan-developed mod meant to improve online play in Super Smash Bros. Melee. So, this is really heartbreaking for a lot of people. So, in the official statement, I should say, from the Big House themselves, They said, "The Big House is heartbroken to share that we received a cease and desist from Nintendo of America Incorporated to cancel our upcoming online event. The tournament's official statement reads, we were informed we do not have permission to host or broadcast the event primarily due to the usage of Slippy. We are forced to comply with the order and cancel the Big House online for both Melee and Ultimate. Nintendo appreciates the love and dedication the fighting game community has for the Smash Bros. Series," Nintendo told Kotaku via an email. But we have partnered with numerous Super Smash Bros. Tournaments in the past and have hosted our own online and offline tournaments for the game, and we plan to continue that support in the future. Unfortunately, the upcoming Big House tournament announced plans to host, I love this part, an online tournament for Super Smash Bros. Melee that requires use of illegally copied versions of the game in conjunction with a mod called Slippy during their online event. Nintendo therefore contacted the tournament organizers to ask them to stop. They refused, leaving Nintendo no choice but to step in and protect its intellectual property and brands. Nintendo cannot condone or allow piracy of its intellectual properties. Well, that's fucking true, because look at every single time somebody makes a fan-made Pokemon game, Nintendo's there with the C&D. Or better yet, somebody comes up with, what's the word I'm looking for here? Hold on, it'll come to me. Somebody comes up with, I want to say, a fun take on like Super Metroid or Metroid. Nintendo's there with the C&D. And let's not forget Mario Kart, because that was Nintendo's biggest flex of their lawyer muscles, so that's definitely a huge thing there. So apparently the Big House organizer, Robin Jiggle Guy Harn, confirmed these details in an email to Kotaku. It should be noted that backing up your own copies of video games for personal use is entirely legal per U.S. copyright law. Let me say that again. Backing up your own copies of video games for personal use is entirely legal per U.S. copyright law. Okay, that's good to know, actually. Slippy is a third-party modification built by a group of fans to add rollback netcode to Super Smash Bros. Melee. Before Slippy's release earlier this year, Melee players suffered with subpar online infrastructure that made the 19-year-old game much harder to play at a competitive level. But with the addition of rollback netcode, the benefits of which are widely acknowledged by anyone who takes fighting games seriously, Melee players were finally able to enjoy great matches with far-flung opponents. So basically, Nintendo was just like, no, this shit ain't happening with us. So the arrival of Slippy became even more important as the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic pumped the brakes on the grassroots tournament circuit, with several notable players singing its praises. Many of those same players are rightfully making their displeasure with Nintendo known online in the wake of the Big House's cancellation, and the hashtag free Melee is now trending on Twitter. At least it was. I don't think it is anymore. Remember this when you buy their shitty Pokemon game for the 100th time, Melee god Joseph Mango Marquez wrote on Twitter. Of all the shit from Nintendo, this takes the prize. Adam Armada Lindgren, another top Melee player, said. And I do apologize, by the way, if I'm mispronouncing your names. It's a global pandemic going on, and Nintendo once again wants the competitive scene to suffer. Is it too much to ask that people can play and compete in games from home during this time? There's another one here. With Slippy Online, I've worked hard to create as close to an authentic in-person experience as possible. Slippy developer Jazz Fizzy, I am definitely going to mispronounce this last one, so I do apologize. LaFerrari said in his own statement, the Melee community has been clear in expressing their gratitude. It has enabled competing and watching top-level competition without requiring risky gatherings. I am disappointed that Nintendo is restricting our ability to power through these hard times. Nintendo does this to everybody. If something out there can threaten their stuff, they're going to tell you no. So when Melee came out in 2001, I remember playing Melee. The first dose I ever got of it, I played it at a Super Bowl party that my friend invited me to at his church, which I mostly just enjoyed playing the game. I didn't even watch the Super Bowl. I couldn't even tell you who won, because that was the year of the Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction. And my mom, when I got home, was like, "Did you see it?" Did I see what? There was a wardrobe malfunction during the halftime show. No, we had our own halftime entertainment, because the whole theme was the Mushroom Kingdom. And I remember, I'm like, I'm just going to play the game. They had Melee, and I'm like, I'm just going to play this. And I remember I was playing as the one character. I'm literally slicing through the rock. And the person on the other side of it's taking the hits. And the one person's telling him, "Do something!" He goes, "I can't do anything! He's button mashing me!" And I actually had to pause it just so I could breathe, because I couldn't stop laughing so hard. Because he was just like getting that pissed off. I just remember that. But oh man, that was fun. Because he got his revenge then, and it had to go to sudden death. And I basically lost in the first shot, so he got his revenge. But still, I have to admit, that was pretty damn good. I had a lot of fun with that. But yeah, so that came out in 2001. I ended up getting a copy of it then years later when I got my GameCube. But it didn't have any form of network play, because the freaking GameCube didn't have it. I mean, there was an adapter, I think, that they sold later on for it, because I think there was a couple GameCube games that did require online play. Don't quote me on that, because I don't even remember. I don't think I even freaking owned them, to be honest with you, if they did. But I know that there were probably, I think, a couple that did. But adding such necessities to the use of the GameCube and Wii emulators, Dolphin, which one can only assume Nintendo would rather not exist, because Nintendo is one of those companies that they hate emulators so badly it isn't funny. Yet, if you look at their NES Classic and SNES Classic, and even when they'll come out with like the GameCube Classic and the N64 Classic, when they get around to pulling those things out, you do realize that that's basically an emulator. It's literally an emulator. That's it. That's all I gotta say. But they hate emulators. That would make Slippy, which works in conjunction with Dolphin, a no-go, even if the mod isn't the crux of the problem in and of itself. That said, though, this isn't the first time Nintendo has thrown its weight around in the grassroots Smash community. The Big House organizer, Robin Jiggle Guy Harn, intimidated during a conversation with Kotaku in 2017 that year's installment of the tournament series had issues a venue-wide ban on third-party box-style controllers due to Nintendo's influence. And who could forget that Melee developer almost kept the game from an appearance at EVO 2013 before ultimately changing its mind. This is the sad reality, though, of competitive gaming, even in 2020. At any point, basically, corporations can tell a tournament that it is not allowed to run a game, and there isn't really much a grassroots organization can do but comply. Nintendo didn't even have to give the Big House a reason. One might assume that the circumstances surrounding this year's installment, which was forced to move online for obvious frickin' reasons, might soften the Big N's heart, but no. And now the community has been robbed of one of its most important events in a year when everyone is desperately searching for something, anything to get through the day. I am very disappointed that the 1 year where our only option is to play online during the pandemic is also when we are told that Path has been shut down. Harn's separate statement reads, I don't have all the answers, but I still believe Melee will find a way. We always have, and we will again. We have all put years of our lives into this game, and many of my fondest memories are thanks to this community. Which is why we need to be in this together the most right now. This is about more than the big house, which, yeah, like I said, this isn't the first time Nintendo's ever chucked their weight around, because, let's face it, Nintendo just flat out hates people. Okay, it's plain and simple, Nintendo hates people. If something threatens them, they're going to come right out and go, nope, no. And as far as Nintendo going that they reached out and contacted them, I'm getting a weird feeling they probably didn't. They probably just sent the C&D. And figured, oh, well, the C&D will be good enough. The C&D is good enough, that's it. We don't need to... We don't need to send them a reason. The C&D is good enough. And you figure, fine, okay, so the cease and desist order is good enough, but still, at the end of the day, you're basically telling a tournament that it can't exist because you don't want it to exist because it's using A, an emulator, and B, a mod to make online play better. It's basically, the way I would see it with this is that, A, everyone's using it. That's the main prerequisite. Everyone's using it. Which means that they can easily tell if anybody's modded the game inside, aside from the permitted mod. So the game's still being played on a level basis. I think it's mostly the fact that Nintendo in this case is just like, well, you're doing this stuff, you're hosting a tournament which we find morally reprehensible. You can't do this. It's our property. Kiss off. We have the rights. Nah. Read our C&D. So it sucks. I won't deny. I feel for them. I really do. And I think there are times when Nintendo really does need to step back, re-examine what they consider to be a good idea and a bad idea, and really think about it. But otherwise, yeah, this does blow. I feel for them. I really do. Hopefully they can figure out a way to appease Nintendo, but at this point, I think Nintendo just wants there to be Nintendo-sponsored tournaments, and that way they can get a cut of the jib. Otherwise, they're not getting a cut of nothing, and they don't like that. So, yeah, it's Nintendo. What do you expect? Okay, so this one was actually a little bit shocking for me. I found it this morning. Voice actor Kirby Morrow passed away at the age of 47. This is actually kind of weird, because I didn't know who the person was until I started reading the article and seeing the list of credits associated to his name. So he played the Ocean Dub. Okay, the Ocean Dub's Dragon Ball Z version of Goku. So he was Goku in the Ocean Dub DBZ version. Inuyasha's Moriko. He was Troa Barton in Gundam Wing and Van in Escaflowne. I mean, that's really impressive. I mean, he basically, the very first ever form of Dragon Ball Z I ever saw was the Ocean Dub. That's the one that I started off with. Then I saw the Funimation dub when it was over on Cartoon Network, and that's when I started hearing Sean Schimmel. And honestly, I've seen videos of him at conventions. He's one of those type of actors that, in my opinion, at least Schimmel is, in my opinion, it's like, he's one of those, you're better off just listening to the characters that he does. Don't expect to meet him and have him be a nice person in real life. He kind of seems like a stuck-up pain in the ass. Don't take that the hard way. It's just the way I read the guy. That's how I'm reading him. But I actually was, when I was reading this article, I was like, holy crap, this is the guy that did the voice of Goku in the Ocean Dub of DBZ. I was like, holy shit. And I didn't know that he was Troa Barton in Gundam Wing. So that was really, holy crap, I didn't know that. And he did reprise his role, though, as Moriko in the currently airing Yashahime Princess Half-Demon anime, and voiced the character in an appearance in the first episode. So that's actually kind of cool. He passed away on November 18th at the age of 47, which is actually freaking young, especially nowadays. Some of his other roles for anime dubs include Van and Escaflowne, which, if you've ever seen that anime, that is literally a shoujo anime disguised as a shonen anime. And it does neither any good. I'm sorry, it doesn't. It does neither any good. I dead serious on there. Gord in Dot Hack Roots, which I honestly did not know. Teru Mikami in Death Note, which, again, struck me by surprise. Billy Katagiri in Mobile Suit Gundam 00. Ryu Takasuke in Project Arms. Rad in Transformers Armada and Transformers Energon. And Hotshot in Transformers Cybertron, which really threw me for a loop. That really threw me for a loop. But outside of anime, though, which technically Armada, Energon, and Cybertron don't technically count as anime, for anybody out there wondering. Okay, Armada kind of has an anime look to it, but I never really considered it an anime, but apparently it is. But I never considered it one. I really don't. I never considered it an anime. But outside of anime, he also played Cyclops in X-Men Evolution, Cole in Ninjago, and Captain Dave Kaiman in Stargate Atlantis and Stargate Universe. So, yeah, I mean, this guy had a huge list of credits to his name. I mean, this was not somebody that just simply, he woke up some morning and was like, I'm just going to voice a bunch of characters. No, he had a list of credits to his name. And this is actually kind of sad, knowing that he passed away. And at such a really young age, too. I mean, 47 is not, that is young. Especially nowadays. That is, like, extremely young to pass away at that age. That is very, very tragically cut short. Doesn't say what he died of. I'm not going to make any speculations or guesses, so, and don't anybody in the comments either. I'll automatically delete the comment. You know I will. Let's be respectful, because, I mean, like I said, this guy had a huge freaking career here. Because I did see the Ocean dub of DBZ. You can actually still pull up some of those clips yet online, like on YouTube and that. I recommend it. I'm not going to lie. Out of him and Schimmel that did Goku for dubs, for English dubs, I will definitely say that his wasn't a bad form of Goku. But yeah, Schimmel does take it out of the park for Funimation. But his wasn't a bad version of Goku at all. I'm not going to lie about that. So, yeah, I honestly was caught off guard with this one. As when I saw this morning, I was like, holy shit. Like, he died. I'm like, hey, that was the one that did that. And I'm reading, like, all the credits. I'm like, okay, well, I know Escaflowne. I watched that. Not a fan of it, but I've seen the whole thing. I have watched Inuyasha. I have seen Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. That's one of my favorites. Dot Hack Roots, Death Note. I've seen like a lot of stuff. And all three of the Transformers that he was in, I've seen all of those. I was like, damn. That's, I was really sad, actually, when I found out about that. I'm like, holy crap, that's horrible. But, you know, as always here, when somebody passes away, if we could, let us have a moment of silence, if we may. Because, I mean, he definitely deserves it. I mean, when somebody dies, you still do the moment of silence regardless, but this guy had a list of credits attached to his name that is impressive nonetheless. Like I said, and the Ocean dub was like the first dub of DBZ we had here, so that really says something. I mean, he was the original Goku then. So, that, really, the original Goku that we got dub-wise. So, there is that. But, yeah, if we may please have a moment of silence for the passing of Kirby Morrow, if we may. Rest in peace, and thank you for all the voices that you brought us. Alright, so who out there remembers a little game called Ark the Lad? Nobody? Nobody at all? Okay, I guess I'm just old then, huh? Well, apparently, Bolt Trend Games has announced last week that it will be releasing ForwardWorks Ark the Lad R smartphone role-playing game globally with a closed beta starting on Thursday and ending on November 29th. The game launched in Japan in August of 2018. The sequel game is set 10 years after the great disaster that befell the world at the end of Arc the Lad 2, which I never finished. Hell, I didn't even finish the first Arc the Lad. Like I said in the opening, I got to the final boss, and I just could not beat the final boss, no matter what I tried. Stage 1, beat it. Stage 2, could make it through if I planned it carefully. Stage 3, got my ass whooped completely. Nothing I did made a dent in that boss's HP bar. Nothing. I'm not even joking. Nothing. It features both new and returning characters. The basic game is free to play with in-game purchases available. It's going to be a return of the key staff members. It's going to still have its tactical turn-based battles. It's going to introduce a unique new feature. Side activities from previous games, such as the missions from Forbidden Ruins, the Colosseum, and the Hunters Guild also return. ForwardWorks and Sony originally announced the game in 2016 in December, which is kind of impressive. I was doing overnights then, so I probably didn't pay attention or know or care. But yeah, so it's going to feature the return of the key staff members from the first 2 Arc the Lad games. I'm not going to rattle off their names. I'm probably going to mispronounce half of them if I even try. But yeah, I mean, I liked Arc the Lad. It was a fun game when I played it. But it has its, what I'd like to call, limitations. And they can be painfully obvious playing the first game. It's a turn-based RPG tactical game. I'm not a huge fan of those. You need to position your characters. Choose if you want to attack. You got long-range attacks, short-range attacks, special moves. You have to use items to heal. And, oh, God, it's a pain in the ass. And I did get Arc the Lad 2. And I was trying to play that because I'm like, oh, well, do I have to beat the first one in order to play the second one? Nope, I can easily just start the second one up, not a problem. And then it's like, God, the second one sucks even more. I didn't even get very far into it because my PS2 died. And I was like, you know what, that's it. It was an omen. It was a freaking omen. And I was like, that's it, I'm done. But yeah, I mean, Arc the Lad to me, I played it. I remember playing it. I remember having a lot of fun playing it for a little bit. Then when I got to that final boss, I was like, screw this. That was it. I was done. It stopped being fun then. And it was basically the whole... What bothered me with the first game was that you had 2 different sides of the same coin. So you were literally playing as the human character to start off with, and then you played as, I guess it was like one of the demons. His name was Dark, D-A-R-C. And you were playing as him then. And then it would jump back to the human, then back to Dark, then back to the human, then back to Dark. Each one of them had similar stories, where Dark was like, oh, well, my mother sort of abandoned me, and he fell in love with this one creature's sister, and then they ended up teaming up, becoming a team, and then you had that whole entire nightmare. They met this little girl doll thing and teamed up with her. Meanwhile, on the human side, we have, oh, look, here's this character, here's our main human character and the girl that he wants to plow. And then you have this little kid that lives in the damn forest that he learned. What I loved about this, you level them up and they can learn different moves. And I got to the point where I leveled up him because he had a bow and arrow. He did long-range attacks. He actually, I'm not even shitting on this one, his one move was literally shoot an arrow into the sky. It brings down a big-ass ship. A big-ass flying ship is brought down. A metal flying ship, by the way, is brought down by a single fucking arrow. And it brings it down, and boom, there you go. Problem solved. And it deals a crap ton of damage. It can kill really weak opponents. And I'm like, yeah, this is a freaking joke, right? Barely does anything on tougher opponents, barely damages them, and nope. But his character was pathetic. And then when it got to the final battle, like I said, it was just a massive pain in the ass because you had to stick to the sides because the final boss could literally just shoot a beam straight up through the middle. If you were caught in that, it was an instant KO. So you had to kind of hug the sides, but you had to move into the middle in order to go around some of your other characters to get up to attack the boss, because you could only attack in a very short window. And I'm like, oh my god, this sucks so bad. I could never beat the final boss. I never actually beat the game. I never even beat the second one. So for there to be a third game now, and a smartphone one at that, is basically like me thinking, okay, this is strange. But it's set 10 years after the great disaster that befell the world at the ending of Arc the Lad 2, which I never beat. So if you never beat the game, or you don't remember how it was beaten in the first frickin' place, then it's like, why should I even bother then trying to effectively play this? What's the point? Oh, well, there's a point. It's a closed beta. Enjoy. It's what it is. Whether or not this is going to get completely released globally, I don't know. Right now, it's just a closed beta, I guess, to test the waters, which makes a lot of sense. Seeing as, like I said, the last time I heard Arc the Lad was when I was trying to beat the damn games, that tells you something. And that was a game that, I'm looking up strategies online. I'm watching some video of it online. I'm trying to figure out, like, how to better my characters. Do I need to take them around, do some training? What do I need to do? And I'm finding, like, nothing, nada, zip, zilch. I'm like, I need to figure out some way to make myself stronger to take on this final boss, to survive, like, a couple rounds. And I'm getting my ass kicked left and right. And I'm like, oh, my God. It freaking sucks. Because then if you die, if I remember correctly, you have to, it's like a restart of the game. You go back to where you saved. It's not, oh, here, let's just, like, go back to this little town. No, it's like a complete freaking restart to where you last saved. I'm like, oh my god, it freaking sucked. It pissed me off. I just couldn't stand the goddamn game. But yeah, so it's basically gonna be coming out, new smartphone game for Arc the Lad. I mean, it's nice that it's getting more attention. I'm not gonna lie about that. What bothers me is the fact that I'm just kind of like, it was one of those games that I played it, I wasn't fond of it. I mean, when I was playing it, the final boss just completely killed it for me. But then again, I was really into playing Star Ocean too. I mean, I was playing Star Ocean until the end of time on my PS2. I love that game. Oh my god, you had the Dimension Door technique. I was able to one-shot opponents with that. I started off with that, boom, one-shot opponents. That thing was great. MP their asses down, MP drop their asses to 0 and take them out. Beautiful way to kill off an opponent. Except it didn't work for bosses. At least not entirely well, because they could easily dodge it, prevent it, and you still had to find a way to kill them. Although taking down their magic points and their mana points also made it easier for you to attack them, because they couldn't use their special powers then. But I kind of like the fact that had a real-time real-time attack strategy. But tactical RPGs, I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, I like turn-based ones. Let me rephrase that. I hate tactical games, period. Turn-based RPGs, I don't have an issue with some of them. I'm not a fan of all of them, but I don't have an issue with some. Golden Sun and Pokemon are the two that I don't have a problem with. Though, for Golden Sun it works. For Pokemon, I kind of wish they would do it real-time, to be honest with you, because I think that would be so much better. But as far as Golden Sun's concerned, I don't have a beef with that. Would I appreciate it if it was real-time? Yeah, I would. But you'd have to basically make it something akin to what Tales of Symphonia was, where the other 3 characters are controlled via AI, and I don't think at the time the GBA or even the DS would have been able to handle that. Now, who am I kidding? I know they wouldn't have been able to handle that. Hell, basically the bosses on some of the games that I was playing on the Game Boy Advance couldn't even handle the AI controlling them. They didn't know what to do. It's like, here, let me use this same technique 6 times in a row. Oh, it didn't work the first 3 times. Well, let me just keep trying it. It didn't even know what the hell to do, but yeah. So this game, it sounds interesting. Maybe it'll be cool. I don't know. This might be a trend that, hey, maybe we'll get more stuff like this in the future. Who knows? But as far as I'm concerned, I liked Gark the Lad when I was playing it till I got to that final boss, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. Screw this game. It's not worth my time. But, this might be cool to somebody, so hopefully somebody out there enjoys it. Alrighty, folks, and that's going to do it then this week for the Absolutely Completely Random podcast. Don't forget, this is your last chance to submit questions for the November Q&A video. I am planning to record it either Monday night or possibly quick Tuesday night. I don't know which yet. I know I have to go to work Wednesday morning, and I have to be at work Monday morning, and I have to be at work Saturday morning, so yay! So I want to try to get it up before Thursday, or at least I want to get it up on Thursday, so there is that. But yeah, as far as this is concerned, I'm going to try to get it recorded either Monday or Tuesday. I don't know which yet, so just submit your questions if you can. It's your last chance, basically, because they have to be in by Monday, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there is that. Otherwise, thanks for tuning into the podcast this week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will keep everybody up to date with what's going on with me vis-a-vis real life, like always, because I don't know what's going on whichever way the wind blows. But feel free to check out some of the other videos I have up here on my channel. I know I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately, but like I said, I haven't had much of a chance to record them, and with me having to get up earlier in the morning for work right now, that does kind of make it's like pulling out my laptop, setting it up quick, and recording for like 30 minutes is a little bit of a pain in the neck, because I got to try to get as much sleep as I can, because I'm not getting much sleep now. So sleeping as much as I can is not a bad idea. But still, nonetheless, you can check out some of the videos that I do have up on my channel. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe on those. And until next week, I will see you around here on the official Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. I'm Andrew Rhodes. This has been the Absolutely Completely Random podcast, and I will catch you all next week. Bye, everybody.